All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's do this live for Jupiter and Gemini. I do have Eileen, the Akashic singer, coming briefly, but we're in the retrograde shadow, so let's let that be, okay? This is your AstroShaman inspiring brilliance, leveraging human design and genetic astrology. That's the old me, all right? In this point now, in this day and age, we're working with spiritual accountability. So check out our memberships if you want to be held spiritually accountable for your breath work, for your Tai Chi practices, okay? For ruins, magic, all types of things, ancestry, the things that you know your spirit has been telling you to do. Check out our memberships, and you'll have that accountability with all your occult practices. So today we're talking Gemini, okay? Jupiter and Gemini. So let's get that screenshot up. Okay, now you see Jupiter and Gemini at the top. Hit the thumbs up and the likes button early. Let's get it done. I have a card for you that I want to pull right away. And this is the guidance that we've gotten for this Jupiter and Gemini transit. And if you notice, you see a man buried. And this is about transference of negative thoughts, transference of behaviors that are toxic from the society you've been involved in. AKA, when I say toxic, I mean they're not useful for who you are, who you're becoming, and your ancestors want you to go ahead and actually move forward through the family line and the social values to progress up the ladder, to become somebody who fights for the ancestry and not be held back by it. And so they're recommending that you actually bury yourself. Now, this is a very complex practice to bury yourself. It's very dangerous. Don't do this without a practitioner, okay? I feel like the next retreat that we run, we're gonna likely do a burial, but I don't recommend you do this right away. But I can say something like this with this card, to do it in a meditation, all right? Do it in your astral projection. Put yourself in a meditative state and then visualize yourself buried under the ground with a straw coming from your mouth, piercing the layer so that you have just enough to breathe, and allow this to take away your worries, your anxieties, and the mind. Jupiter and Gemini is a very enemy-based transit, and so understand what I mean by that. I'm going to show y'all very quickly. A lot of Jupiter and Gemini is ruling the 7th house because it's home in Sagittarius. That's the first house. 7th house is Gemini. And it's also ruling the 10th house, okay, because of Pisces, all right? Pisces is the 10th house for Gemini. So with that being said, like, what's key and critical here? As I let you know, it's about really addressing the fears of the unknown and your shadow self, okay? This is a tremendous medicine that you could do, is asking you to stop ignoring your problems, stop burying your head in the sand. All right, especially from facing a specific reality that you know I'm talking about right now. Someone from your past is offering you a helping hand, and this is beautiful. Journey within to the source of a situation and bury the hatchet. The hidden gifts are actually unearthed. And so right now I'm gonna give you a little mini poem. I hold you here in darkened silence, stripped from all pain and violence. Replenish your soul with wisdom's true. Now rise again, the stronger you. And that's so beautiful, yeah? Because Jupiter is this energy of wisdom, yeah? And this burial is saying that this wisdom is sitting beneath the surface, but it's actually already been unearthed. So this Jupiter in Gemini transit, as we work through all 12 signs, is the kind of transit where, as I switch that over there, let me know if I'm doing any lagging, and also let me know your rising signs down in the chat, your sun sign, your moon sign, if you know it. And I'm going to go ahead and get into number 1. And so to do that, let me just timestamp my 1 minute shaman. Okay. Now we're going to move to number 1. I'm going to put this up on screen. Number 1 says. So we have this here. Now I'm going to pull up this chart so that we can really see what's happening. So this is the beginning of the transit, right? This is the very, very beginning of the transit. Jupiter and Gemini starts on the 25th of this month, May. And so if you notice, things are really moving fast and moving forward. There may have been some financial worries that you're starting to find potential solutions for, but I want you to stay to the next slide because you're not going to probably have all the solutions yet, and I'll help you understand why. Okay? But what's beautiful here is on this particular transit, as you see, and I'm going to move and zoom in on this side so I can really see what's happening. Okay, great. So if I look, you see Jupiter and Gemini down at the bottom. Let me move this out the way. This is an open enemy transit. Okay, this is about societal pressure. This is about your ability and desire to perform, the wisdom you have to perform, but also as a teacher and as a student. And it's about playing and shifting back and forth and keeping that beginner's Soshin mind, which is like, you know, being able to be the warrior that lives in the garden rather than the gardener who doesn't have the tools and the assets to go to war. So Jupiter and Gemini, the wisdom is to really open up your skill set, open up what you're willing to learn, open up your mind to collect information. And I can hear you, Bobby. Okay, bang. Thank you for letting me know you hear me. I appreciate that. Opening your mind and being willing to become the leader. Okay, being willing to lend your own expertise in a way where you don't need to be the expert during this transit for the next year. That's not the recommendation. The recommendation is with this starting off that the rewards will be given to you as you succeed against the opposition. And so when we look at this, we see like, okay, boom, what's really the opposition here? So if you look, you see down at the bottom, see once Jupiter goes in Gemini, let me make sure I can see what that's connected to. Okay, I see you. That's Taurus. Okay, so you see that there's automatically, yes, because of Taurus. Got it. So you're kind of starting off with the energy of Neptune having that sextile. And that's how this transit really, really starts, right? And so our irrational fears that are happening in the mind are going to start to have a little ease once Jupiter starts in the beginning. That's going to change a little later on the line, but in the beginning, it's going to start to have a little ease. If you look here, when this transit starts, you want to really consider where's Mercury. Mercury is in Taurus, so this is a really grounded mindset. It's at the 14th degree. And if you check out our major arcana, it's on my website. I think it's like $9. You can grab that. The major arcana for the 14th degree, it's not the priestess. I forgot my own 14th degree. I mean, we could do this from the degree point theory, and 14 would now be again on the element of Taurus. I remember it's the Hierophant. It's the Hierophant. So literally, look at that. Jupiter, the ruler of Jupiter is in Mercury, but it's at this 14th degree. And in the major arcana tarot deck I have on website, it's a digital product you can grab. I think it's like $9, maybe like $4 for our members. It's about the Hierophant. So it's about being that teacher. It's about being wise, being grounded, but being spiritual simultaneously. And some Gemini energies will struggle with this because they'll try to attach to too much logic. But this is the grounded wisdom of the occult still here on Earth. And so if you find yourself still struggling with this, it brings me right back to this original recommendation of transference, of bearing yourself, bearing your worries, bearing the mind that society has had over you, keeping you stuck in the fact that, oh, spirit doesn't exist. And it's like, that's not going to work so well. That's part of the enemy. The mind is the enemy. And it's because Jupiter and Gemini is a sign that debilitates. It has trouble in Jupiter because Jupiter is about the unseen, and Gemini is like, well, I need to see something. I need to be able to rationalize this. So all the spiritual wisdom wants to be rationalized, but Jupiter and Gemini is kind of like confused. So just kind of understand that that's some of the overall arc energy, and that's going to be one of your big open enemies. So the open enemy isn't necessarily somebody across from you, although you might link and see. So you see again, you might link and think that that enemy is somebody that, you know, is a friend or somebody that's an associate that you're doing some that you're facing social injustices with, or just enemies that you have in society by you becoming the best and better at what you do, becoming well known for what you do. You might look at, oh, this is Sarah, or oh, this is John, but in reality, it's like, no, this is the enemy in your own mind. because of that 7th house aspect. So understand that the rewards for success against your opposition is about the opposition you have in your own mind with the negative thought processes. Okay, so allow yourself to be guided by spirit. Now, if I look at this next, okay, it's the next one. This moves us to, and let's make sure my slide, come on. Okay, thank you. You see at the top, August 13th. Okay, so let me know if you're enjoying this style with me having the charts up so we can kind of break this down. If you enjoy this, do let me know, because I'm considering doing this. I'm considering doing some live readings for people. So let me know if you would like to do some live readings in the chat. That would be helpful before we get into the forecast, where Eileen should be coming back as well to help us with the tarot and giving us the forecast. So let me know down in the chat if you're feeling that and you're resonating. So August 13th, this is one of the, some of the major, I'm covering the major transits. Okay, dang, I forgot to hit my timestamp. Can you tell I'm already 10:50? Okay, 10:50. It's a little tougher without my partner. I'm used to having my partner come through this situation with me. Okay, she hits those timestamps. 4:50, and then we have August 13th. Okay. So during this time, no, this is the June 9th. So this is not the chart that you need to be looking at yet. The chart that you want to look at is still here for now. What you need to understand about Jupiter and Gemini is Jupiter is invisible. So we're still here this May 25th. So forgive me. That's a little typo in my area. Hey, what's up? Hey there, I'm feeling it. Okay, good. Good to see that. Timmy. Woo woo. Okay, I see y'all. What up, gang? I see y'all. I appreciate y'all for being here as well. So before we move to the next chart, which is August 13th, that's another major transit. We got to still finish this one. June 9th, Jupiter's invisible, meaning you should look and understand everything we're saying today is not going to advise you. It's not going to give you the wisdom. You're going to be still blind in the dark. Right now, Jupiter is on a vacation. And it started really, I would even say, since late May. Okay, so we're already kind of in that late May energy, meaning we don't have support from Jupiter, meaning we don't have guidance to see what can't be seen, to gain wisdom on our finances right now, because it's still in Taurus right now at the beginning of this transit, right? We don't have too much wisdom on our finances. There may be worries there that are ancestral, that are down from the root, and they're tremendously generational, where you might not actually care about making money the way your parents or your great-great-grandparents did. You might not have the fears about stepping into entrepreneurship the way your great-great-great-grandparents did. Because guess what? To be 300 years older and older, or even 100 years prior, okay, these are ancestors, being an entrepreneur was very far and few. This is less than the 1%, right? This was not a lot of people. Entrepreneurship, going off your own, this is a Gen Z, Gen X type energy, right? This is the late millennial energy. This is the late millennial energy, not even the early stages of millennials, the late millennials. So my point is that's still happening in Taurus. And so having the sense of value and your talents and your innate and natural abilities and your raw desire to attach to something and make money from it because you're really good at it is not very potent. It's invisible. We don't have guidance, but Jupiter will, by June 9th and after that, start to help us. And so right now, don't expect any tremendous external results. That's my point. Because Taurus is still an internal sign, and Jupiter is invisible in the masculine sign of Gemini, who's also the enemy of Jupiter. Okay, Jupiter doesn't like Mercury. Jupiter thinks Mercury plays around too much. Jupiter thinks Mercury doesn't take things serious when it should. When these are matters of spirit, these are matters of the soul. These are matters of karma. These are matters of your social contracts. So Jupiter doesn't like Gemini very much. It's part of why it's an enemy. So understand that this also will bring a lot of invisible enemies. Some of these will be subconsciously planted in your mind, and some of these will be results of forming, the results that are forming behind the busy versus productive scenes. And so what I mean when I say busy versus productive, I mean Gemini and Jupiter is a busy energy. It wants to collect more and more and more and more, but it's air. So it's not really trying to act. It's not trying to do. It's not really trying to be. Okay? It's in this observation collection stage. And it just takes information that prepares it for manifestations, but it's not willing to really act on that. And the thing about wisdom, let's say Jupiter is a wisdom-based sign. The thing about wisdom, wisdom is acted upon. Okay? Faith requires action. And that's one of the enemies behind Jupiter and Gemini transit. But if you remember in this earlier thing I have right here, you will have at the end of the sentence rewards for succeeding against your opposition. And understand your opposition is the mind. So just understand right now there's going to be some invisible enemies, there's going to be some hidden enemies. And don't think that these are people that you know, that you can see. Think, what thoughts are negative in my own mind? Okay? And my mental body, my mental auric field, what negativity exists from my ancestry that has stayed hidden because of Jupiter and Taurus. Okay? That's that. Now, I move, I am curious if that really was the August 13th chart. You green light? I switch over. All right, so Eileen has arrived. She's back. Gang, gang, gang. You see the hand. She has arrived. All right. So I'm moving over.
Hello.
Okay, cool. All right. So I'm hitting my regroup. But first, I feel like I need to see something. Take your time. I'm moving to this next slide, but I'm wondering, is this really the August 15th slide? Because that doesn't make tremendous sense to me. Okay, Jupiter and Gemini transit. Let's see what the people are saying for now. Okay, Jupiter and Gemini transit my second house. Okay. All right. I felt the money. You're breaking it down. I appreciate you. Feeling it. Okay, it's cool. So I'm glad y'all enjoying these charts on screen, because it does take a little extra work, but I feel like this is going to be fun. Oh, I see a Jupiter return. So somebody's turning 34, huh? What up, girl? No, we telling all the secrets. When you know, you know. Okay? When you know, you know. I do see things not wanting to move on my screen now. Like, what's up? What's up, technology? 35. Oh, so you were early. You were early. You were on the earlier side. Yeah, Jupiter turned 34, 35. You're on the earlier side. I see you. So happy birthday to you. Okay? Happy birthday to you, gang. All right. Hit the thumbs up and the likes button early. So now we move into the next chart. This is the August 13th. But before I move here, I need to check if that's the right chart, because I feel like I skipped a chart. Either I just didn't add it. All right. So give me one moment, because my Virgo 10th house is like, we can't let that slide, bro. Like we gotta get it right. We gotta get it right. But I need to make sure that that's the one. Okay, so what are you doing? Okay, you going to the thing? Okay.
Going to the thing.
So again, in the meanwhile, make sure you drop the signs that you're most excited about for your forecast as we get ready to move into those forecasts. This is a lot harder to do timestamps without you. Oh my God. I'm like, wait, how can I speak if I'm worried about technological stuff? Like, this is crazy. Teamwork. So that's one of the things, if you saw earlier, y'all, with this first transit, what she just said. Okay, so the enemies in the mind could be the lack of teamwork, the lack of joining with people, the lack of understanding that we need people together to progress. So that within itself can be one of the enemies. Yeah, go ahead. So glad she said that. Let me take that off screen for now, and because I have to check if that was the right chart. So please forgive me for these technical difficulties, y'all. For those of y'all watching on replay, there will also be timestamps if you do have to make your move. Okay, so August 13th. If you want to pull an overall tarot energy for them, feel free. Because my computer is deciding it's not trying to move, bro. Like, move, bro.
Chaos.
Yeah, y'all see it said chaos off the rip, right? It was a true story. It was a true story. No, you good, you good, you good. It's not doing anything I wanted to do. Work for me, baby. Work for me.
So in the meanwhile, in the chat, what have you been experiencing? What has been your chaos? How have you been feeling this Jupiter in Gemini?
It's on the rise.
Yeah, because let me tell you, these couple past weeks have been hard. And we were just talking about this, that I felt that although they've been hard and although that I feel very, very tired, I understand how it could have been so much worse. But let us know. We had our fair share of
Neptune and Pisces.
Yeah, we've had our fair share of weird things, just weird. Like there's no other way to put it, right? Like it's just shocking. It's surprising. It's like you couldn't expect any of these things just going on. But anyways, I'll pull. Well, it's coming.
I hear one.
So fast. Oh damn! I feel like I don't even want to show you, but I will. So we have the Ten of Swords, which is like, I mean, I feel like overall, even though it seems like it is something terrible and something that is gonna just make us be super in pain, I still see it as a positive because this marks the ending. So whatever it is that has been bothering you, that has been like that little pebble in your shoe or the big pebble in your shoe, like you see the 10 sword like literally is passing him by. These are the time for endings. So wherever it is, the only way that you're gonna be suffering through this is if you do not want to let go, if you refuse to stay in whatever aspect. Like we're gonna go in depth into it right now, like per zodiac, but in general, think about it, and it has to be something fast. Like if you really just think about it, is the first thing that comes into mind when I say like, what is your biggest problem right now? Well, where is the area of your life that has had the biggest chaos, where you felt the biggest surprises, where you feel like nothing's making sense, where you feel like you cannot just get a rest, that you feel like, okay, please, bus driver, stop, I want to get off. So let us know, what are these areas? Well, what are these things that are making you feel like unstable? And I'm giving you the right news right away. It is ending. Like it is gonna finish off with this transit. Whatever it is gonna be a final separation, a final ending, as long as you surrender and allow yourself to let that go. So I'm gonna check if we have something. We have nothing.
It's okay. I did have the wrong chart, and I felt like I did. So that's that. But I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna see what chart that was, and then speak about it from there. Breaking my smoking edition.
Ooh, awesome! Hey, who's the shaker? I have my human shaker here. Awesome. That's something really, really great.
Everybody, give her a little clap in the chat, man.
Yeah, like this literally
potent
deserves a celebration.
That's a clap.
Yeah, and again, just feel that. I feel like for you, whatever it is that you've been holding on to that makes you feel like I need to smoke. Like, yeah, I'm super stressed at work, so I need to smoke because that's the only way that I relax. If you find like the healthy outlet or the turning away from this smoking habit into something different, like that you can still do, and it's going to be healthy for you, then it is going to be easier to surrender to just letting it go. Because I feel that I understand how more curveballs can be thrown into you with this Jupiter in Gemini, and just making you think that smoking is the only outlet. But as long as you stay strong and that you understand what are the other things that you can do instead, then it's going to be super, like the master ending. Like this is going to be the last time that you touch a cigarette. But you just out of curiosity, like let us know what is your rising sign. But what would be best for this? Like rising or moon? Or just for both?
I know no matter what, who's helping you is going to be Pisces and Neptune. Now, I do feel it's very individualized, right? If I'm giving general information, I look at moon and rising, but I always, when I'm looking at for myself.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Taurus rising, yeah, of course. Okay, so you're being right at the beginning, you know, and so when I look at those rising and moon, but I also, when I look for myself, I look at my progressed sun, I look at my progressed chart, I look at my solar return chart a lot, right? And so I always look at the sun because the sun's going to be the same, even if the house changes. The sun's always going to be the same. So that's why it seems like it's very accurate no matter what, right? Your progressed moon could be different and stuff like that. But I also look at where do I have stelliums? So that might not be your sun, moon, or rising, right? You could have a stellium in Cancer at Mars, Venus, Pluto, and Jupiter. And if you have 4 planets in Cancer, that's the sign I'm looking at. That's the sign I'm looking at. Okay, so.
Yeah, but hey, day to you.
Yeah, shout out to you.
Really.
Shout out to you. Real talk.
Yeah,
Real talk.
you got this.
I see you've been preparing mentally, trying to pick up healthier habits. Gang, thank you for the words of encouragement, reframing the mind. Yes, and that's Gemini. A lot of what the Gemini is about.
Yeah. Okay,
so when I check this, the reality is this is not the August 13th chart. So that annoys me. It annoys me tremendously. But let me see if this next one is, because it takes too much time to set this back up. Oh, this one is. Okay, I got the wrong date. Okay, can you timestamp me?
Where's
right here. 27 flat. Okay, so this is the August 13th chart. My bad. That's a typo, whatever. So here is what I was trying to look for the first time, right? And now this is one of the August 14th, one of the biggest transits happening this year with this particular Jupiter in Gemini. Here is why. Okay.
I feel like you're 2 hours.
Oh, I'm out. All right, cool. So here's why, right? Mars, if you look down at the bottom, you see Mars in Gemini and you see Jupiter in Gemini. Now you're out.
No, look at you.
Okay. Yeah, but look at you. Your head's cut out. Okay. So if you look, you see at the bottom, Jupiter in Gemini, Mars in Gemini. And I have this now up on screen. So this is an increased energy transit. Okay. This is the time frame where after June 9th, all the enemies that were invisible, they're visible now. Okay. The enemies in your mind, the mental addictions, right? You thinking you're addicted to something that you're not. Okay. The things stopping you from your authentic career. The things stopping you from authentic relationships. The things stopping you from marriage or simply love. Right? Including all forms of significant relationships, which can be a friendship. Right? It literally could be a divine partnership who's a friend, who you've been waiting to meet, who's been waiting to help connect you, to help you overcome certain addictions. Okay? Certain escape mechanisms. This is all happening, and Mars conjunct Jupiter, it's an externalized energy, and you will have that power, okay? This is a brotherly love type transit. You'll have that power, and even if it's a woman who comes to your life, but she represents that brotherly love, she's going to help you conquer, okay, and defeat any and all enemies during this time. So August 13th, forget what the chart says at the top. This is the August 13th chart. August 13th, this happens. Now, the lessons, again, like you see, they're going to happen in a twin flame type, twin reflection. Right? Gemini is a twin sign. So, again, don't get mentally caught up in twin flames. Oh, my God, my twin flame. Oh, my God, my twin flame. It's not about that. That will be the mental trickery that Gemini can play with you. Okay? That Jupiter doesn't like, but Jupiter will utilize that trickery for you to learn a lesson. Jupiter will teach you the lesson in a hard way because it wants you to make sure you get it. And so now it's time to act on the visions that we talked about. So everything that's staying invisible prior, right? Gemini's not a very action-based sign. It struggles with acting. Okay, it likes to stay in the thought process and the collection process. It's not even the best categorizing energy. That's more of a Virgo, but it can categorize, no doubt. But again, that's not action in the way that you have to act on your faith, on the spiritual lessons being given. So this is a time frame, August 13th. Just prepare to start moving and to press on it, because Mars in Gemini, okay, Mars in Gemini is acting. Now the key is it don't know what is acting. It don't care what it's acting on. It's just moving. The conjunction Jupiter, well, now that it's not invisible, now that it actually can be seen in the sky, it's not being overpowered by the sun by this time frame. Now Jupiter can guide Mars and Gemini, and that's going to be a very powerful time. So don't skip out on that, okay? And I use the same chart because it's only 2 days later. You're going to have a square. So this kind of talks about our friend in the chat who was going through the quitting the smoking. All right, if she was quitting the smoking or anything you're quitting, right? It doesn't even matter what. This square to Pisces, Saturn in Pisces, is going to give you, thank you for the time, it's going to give you a reason to manifest a vision, a reason to quit that is be above and beyond you.
Powerful.
Right? So it is a square, so it can be a tension-based aspect, yet, okay, what's important here is Pisces, aka Saturn in Pisces. Pisces is listening to Jupiter, who's in Gemini. That's the ruler right now. But she also was listening to Neptune, who's her other more divine ruler in some ways. Okay, they're not really at battle or war. So it's not about more or less. So she has two people she's listening to. And understand that Pisces is mutable. Hey, look at the balloons. That's
how
a new
do
one.
they do that?
That's a new one.
Yeah, it's cool.
So Pisces, she's a mutable sign who absorbs anything. So she's absorbing the logic and the wisdom, okay, the actionable information that Jupiter's giving in Gemini in a very rational way. And she's also deriving her divinity from a light source of Neptune in Pisces. And it's a very soft, gentle, compassionate way to let go of the mental habits and addictions. So this is another powerful time. It's square. Now in the world, this can represent floods. It could represent global tears. Okay, this can represent, events happening between neighbors and borders in Syria and the Palestine and the Israel. Like all of that happening, this can be a time frame where you do see an increase of flooding of water.
Yeah,
Brazil, rain, right? Somewhere else just flooded too. I don't know. Was it Canada? I don't know. Somewhere else just flooded. Okay, so understand that those floods means, and they represent when the world has held back too long through logic, their feelings, their emotions, their intuition, their psychic abilities, okay? Their ability to see what can't be seen. So the more you hold that back, the harder August 15th will be for you and for the world. So let it go. That's my recommendation in this, because this could become a mental, let it go. That becomes a mental crisis, but it also becomes an emotional release. So these are lessons learned from your karmic resolutions. When I say karmic resolutions, Pisces is here at this square to have permanent resolutions. Okay, and in Vedic astrology, the North Node is in Pisces. So this is happening. Okay, cool. So let's see if this September 15th chart makes sense. Let me see what's happening right now. Let's see if we can get this, if this chart is accurate. Okay. Can that be accurate? No, because that's Mars. Mars in Gemini is already the 14th. So let's move to this next one, which today will likely automatically be wrong, because if I made that last one wrong.
Well, while we figure out dates, I just want to say that I love what is going on in the chat with Blue Lotus here supporting our girl Team Timmy. It's always beautiful to see how this community just starts being something that joins us together, that brings us joy, that is making us smile, that it makes somehow easier whatever we're going through. Like, even if it is like through realizing that people go through the same things that we go through, or just by just having the support, like knowing there's some random stranger on the internet supporting me, it's still an energy that our body feels, that our soul feels. So I love it. I just love to see all of this. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing. Okay, so again, this chart is off, but let's see if it's actually the October 9th chart. Let me see. Jupiter retrograde, Chiron Aries. Okay, this is this one. Okay, so this one's right.
Okay,
this one's on point. Okay, this one's right. All right, this one is right. So we're gonna skip ahead. I'm gonna go back to September 14th. That means I don't think I have that particular chart, but we'll see what happens. All right. So by October 9th, 2024.
Can you just see?
Yeah. It's going like molasses. 35:52. Okay. So Jupiter retrograde. All right, happens October 9th. So this is when we start moving in that backwards motion, and we're any revisions that we need to make that you missed the first time, because maybe you didn't listen to this forecast, it will be the time to go ahead and make that up. You listen to the forecast, you make up a lot less, and then the retrogrades will be a lot simpler and easier. So move ahead of time. Okay, so it'll retrograde until February 4th. Now, what's key here is the Chiron in Aries and the Jupiter in Gemini. They're both at 21 degrees. Okay, so this is actually activating our manifestations from the eclipse in April 8th this year, 2024. So April 8th, we had an eclipse. It's activating it. Now, what you also can do, I want you to go to your photos, Google Photos, look in your phone to October 2021. There was a full moon in Aries, and you likely got a tremendous amount of confidence, a tremendous amount of bravery, and a relationship that was probably harmful, abusive in some way, whether mentally, psychologically, physically, hopefully not, hopefully none of them, but probably some of them. There was a relationship where it didn't have to be bad, but it was something you started respecting yourself like no other. You had tremendous bravery and courage to leave a situation, to make a better choice, to love yourself harder. Something happened in October 2021. Look at your photos and you'll understand. I know for me, for example, like I was moving out of a house with, let's just say, a roommate who was literally starting to get physically violent. And I just, interestingly enough, had this conversation and reflection with somebody the other day. And I was like, yeah, like I remember looking in the mirror this day, around the same time this one more. I remember looking in the mirror, I saw my face, and I was like, you don't have to deal with this. And I just got up, and the next day I was out of there. Didn't care what it cost financially. I didn't care about blah, 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 blah. I was like, at the end of the day, the most peaceful way that I can work with this is to make a decision for myself. And I had to walk out the house, and I found myself in a hostel the next day in Colombia, in a hostel, okay? In a joint bunk bed room, leaving my own comfort, my home, because my home was no longer safe, it was no longer comfortable. But it was me choosing myself. And life worked out from that standpoint. And next thing you know, trips, travels, vacations happen. So look back to your October 21 and understand I am in Aries, so this is a bigger time frame for me in general. So look at where your Aries on your chart. But the April 8th manifestations, which really ain't got nothing to do with you, right? Because it was an eclipse. So it's not about what did you want to manifest. It's about what did life say it was time to manifest for you. This Jupiter and Gemini, okay, hitting that trine, like you see, is making that trining aspect. Let me make sure I'm not lying.
Well, yeah,
I'm not lying, but yeah, you won't see the line because I didn't put the aspects to Chiron. So if you look, you just won't see the aspect of Chiron. But Aries over the bottom left here, and then Gemini to the right on the bottom. There would be a line there. I just didn't put the aspect. But 21-21, this is a sextile, okay? And this sextile is a very harmonious type energy that gives us ease to act. So remember, like you said earlier in the year, this is retrograde where maybe you didn't act on things because, again, Gemini is not an action-based sign. But when you have a sextile to Aries, who is an action-based, ready to go, green light person, yes, you're in a good position to move on those things that require the healing for you to feel safe to act, for you to feel courageous and brave to act on the information and the wisdom that Jupiter has been collecting for the last 6 months prior. So powerful, powerful transit. Okay. And the last things that I'll cover, which I don't need this anymore for, we're gonna close that down. I'll get my chart game a little bit better. All right, I'll get my chart game. But I did that last part last minute, and I see why that's a no. So here's the last things that we're covering is Jupiter and Gemini before we get into the actual transits. Okay. This one we didn't cover. So September 4th, I don't have the chart for that. Okay, forgive me. Jupiter, Venus has a trine. Okay, Jupiter's in Gemini, Venus would be in Libra. And this is a powerful thing. This in the world should look like peace treaties. This should look like some harmony between potentially Ukraine and Russia, or even in Israel, Palestine. It doesn't have to be those big global moments. It could be something simpler in your own local environment. Okay, it could be something simpler in your own family dynamic and the social values that y'all share and exchange to essentially overcome the expectations and the social mannerisms that you're expected to have, and to actually start to choose a path where it's more aligned with integrity. It's more aligned with truth. Okay, that's what I see happening in a calmer, easier way. And what you're going to find is rewards during this time frame, September 14th. You're going to find rewards for clever negotiations. So any negotiations that you make that is legitimately clever, they were wise, they were full of tact, they were full of peace, they were full of love, and they were full of a very objective and rational understanding on, look, this is better for both of us. Are you good with that? I'm good with that. There's a money season. This is a season of gains. And magic, this is, tell me which one is this in Wiccan holiday? Harvest, the second harvest? Mabon? If it's not Mabon, it's one of those holidays where Virgo season, you start collecting and reaping the rewards from what you've done 6 months prior that you had to work for, that you didn't have much rewards for. Like life wasn't trying to reward you for this stuff, right? So that's something that could be happening during this time. You might also find yourself with new lovers, as well as powerful connections.
Oh, it is my one. At the end of September. Yeah.
I be knowing, yo. She was like, nah, it ain't my one.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought it was in October.
That's okay. I know there's two back to back. So that's that Marbon time, okay? So that's a very, very powerful, potent time. What's up, Sasha? Good to see you. Buenas mi gente. We met in Colombia. Hey, what up? I remember you in front of that cafe. I talked about Colombia. Wow, so you were there when I was going through this stuff. How did I look during that time? Okay, thank you for holding the space. Virgo here. I arrived in Guatemala 10 days ago. What up? Love the Global Travels gang. Moved out of my apartment the day I left, and I've been continuously sick. Something to address. I got it for you. It's right here. I'll let you know in a second what it is. It's in the timestamp as well. When you said floods, I feel like my body is experiencing that. And I left with an attachment to a former partner. Yo, Colombia it's that place for everybody. Yo, she got the Colombia experiences too. It's that place for everybody.
Is there any way that we can see the time?
No, I have to refresh. All right.
No, don't. I'll figure it out.
Oh, no, that doesn't show you here.
I'll figure it out.
Okay. So let me see. No, when the flood, boom, experience my body, boom, left my attachment from partner, boom. Since being here, I'm feeling the turmoil building with the old wounds for choosing self. So this is the key right here. Again, I can't recommend you do this without a shaman or without a healer or somebody that has ever buried somebody in real life. But the advice was to bury yourself and transfer. Okay, this is a transference energy. Your ancestors wants to take the pain, but you have to be willing to literally, you see the straw in his mouth. So again, if it's not this, one of the recommendations I have, go take a mud bath. I don't know how much that cost, okay? But what you could do, you can go to a place where there is sand. That's my recommendation. Go to a beach, dig a hole, and bury everything but your head. I'm telling you that because if you're not in a place of supervision, I can't recommend you do that without a type of retreat or something like that. And I was saying earlier before you came back, like I feel like at the next retreat, I want to help guide bury people, literally. And it'll help take away your worries or your anxieties, the thoughts in the mind. Okay. So that's what I have for you for now. Okay. So I think it might be time to move into these bada bing, bada booms.
Let's go.
I'm gonna refresh this so I can see the time, and then I might cut off for half a second, y'all.
Hey, we're back.
What up? We back. Okay, I was legit walking in a forest today, and I had the exact thought to bury myself.
It's time.
Yo, it's time.
Yeah, but I feel like I didn't have any inclination to bury myself like in mud, in dirt. But when he said beach and sand, I was like, I'm interested in that.
I did it last year at the eclipse last year, 2023. I buried myself at the beach, and it's potent. It's powerful. I didn't get told that. I just randomly was there, and I just started doing it. I was like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I feel like I always do. At least my feet. Like I try to bury them as much as I can. Now I know.
Okay, here we go. So, I'm excited when we get to Virgo because Virgo's been going through some stuff. I got my sister as a Virgo. I got Virgo friends. See Sasha in here, Virgo. So, all right. Number one, thank you for hitting the thumbs up and the likes button. Let's get into this, baby. We're going Aries. So you'll check the timestamps later, and you'll be able to get all the major transits. All right. Aries. So Gemini is running through your third house. Okay. So when Jupiter Gemini starts, understand this happening for the next year. Now, there's some key things going on, Aries. Number one, you were the first to restart the cycle of the Jupiter cycle, right? You were Jupiter Aries a couple months ago. I'm sorry, I'm lying. 2 years ago. And then it was Jupiter and Taurus for a long time. And now we're Jupiter Gemini. Okay? I feel like you want to sit there and spit that out right now.
Yeah, no, I mean, the truth is that the cards have just been like, boom, they just come out. For you, Aries, what I have is the sun, which is like, no wonder, like, after all, Aries is just so happy in the sun. And this is about understanding that there's always hope. Like, no matter what, the sun is always there. The sun is always shining. And I feel like this talks into you for, it doesn't matter if you feel bad. It doesn't matter if you're going through a bad day. It doesn't matter if you don't feel like being wobbly, happy, this just little fire all the time. Just know that you are who you are no matter what, no matter where you go, no matter who you're with. So this is telling me about never allowing to change who you are for other people or for other situations. And this is mainly because you don't want to really have a different persona every time that you go somewhere or every time that you be with somebody else, because at the end of the day, you're not being true to yourself. And for Aries, this is something super, what's the contrary of beneficial?
Empowering.
Disempowering.
Disempowering.
If you do,
like,
yeah. Like it is empowering when you go the other way and you are always your own self. And you're gonna have a lot of surprises, I feel, because most of the time when we change who we are or we try to change the way that we talk or the things that we do for somebody else, it is mainly because we're afraid to be judged, we're afraid to be criticized, we're afraid that we're not gonna be accepted. But the beauty of this is that when you start to be consistent of who you are and what you do for everybody, you're actually changing the world. Like, this is the true power of Aries. They come here to break through, to be who they are.
Talk about it.
And to teach others about this. Like, the truth is that you're going to inspire everybody else. Like, you don't know this, but probably a lot of people are already feeling the way you feel. Probably a lot of people are going through the ways that you're doing. There are a lot of people don't even know it. They didn't even know that they needed something, and you're the one that's inspiring, that is teaching, that is showing them the new ways of acting. So that's for you, Aries. Be who you are.
Ooh, yeah. She's talking to my soul. You know, I'm an Aries. I'm over here like, talk about it. I'm like, preach, girl, preach. sheesh. And go off, sis. I feel you, Go off, sis. Yo, you know how we be authentic? My hair is crazy. I'm just on the live. I'm dried out. My junk crazy right now. All right. Now I'm feeling that.
I still have my pimple patch here. Like,
Yo.
I haven't done anything to my hair.
Boom.
Like,
So we got a Pisces, but obviously by now her sun is progressing to Aries. And so it's like, I'm already progressing to Taurus. So it's like, boom, there's that dynamic. So Aries, a lot of what she said, Jupiter is the father, right? The sun card is the son, it's the father, right? It's dad. It's masculine energy, it's divine masculine. And so for Aries, what we have for you with the third house, it's like she said, third house is about going in the direction that society goes and moves, right? You want to move a little closer? You look a little far.
I'm like,
It's like going in the direction different than the fathers of your society, and it doesn't have to be just different, but it does need to mutate, because the third house is a mutable house. It's a changeable house, and the thought, the mind, the mental direction needs to be more pure. It needs to be something in your truth. It needs to be about what you think. And this ninth house rulership right here that you see for Jupiter over Aries is exactly about that. Okay, it's about tapping into the divine ancestry of the masculine. It's about taking lead, walking the path, and realizing that they're all ready to get and follow in line. Okay, they're all willing to go ahead and respect you for your spiritual being, for the way in which you have actually, as a masculine energy, even if you're a woman, Aries, respected the divine feminine. And because of that respect, you're actually allowing the rest of your karmic family and ancestry to go ahead and work, respect, and follow your lead. And most specifically with the third house, follow the thought process that you have. Because now they're becoming the pod mind behind your direction, behind your lead. Because third house can be pod mind energy. It's like dolphins being able to communicate to the entire family. But they're following the new path that you, Aries, are setting. So that's what we have for you, Aries.
yes.
Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this.
Oh,
hit the thumbs up, Aries, if you made it to the end of this. I appreciate y'all for being here. You the GOAT. You the GOAT. Okay. Now, I got Taurus coming up. Second house, your house. Okay. But the first thing I'm getting right now is Jupiter in Gemini is allowing you to let go of the parts of yourself that you've been attached to. That's the first thing. The parts of yourself that you've been attached to is allowing you to actually change your mind, let go, and realize how much of a role your family has played in your psychological development, okay? And the way in which you look at the things you research and the ways in which you care to research something that's more deeply intimate and passionate to yourself. You're going to be collecting a lot of information. Jupiter's going to give you the wisdom past that June 9th, when it's still invisible for now, right? So past June 9th, once it stops being invisible, I think that August 15th transit, when Mars goes conjunct Jupiter, this is when you're going to start taking action on your long-term dreams. Like, you have a hope that has been hidden from you behind a fear. There's been a tremendous fear to go ahead and pursue an aspiration where you're going to be appraised and you're going to be given a tremendous, overwhelmingly powerful, and just abundant gift. The gift is something that you have to open yourself up to receive, Taurus. And I think that that's not tremendously difficult in some ways, unless you're attached to an idea of what it is that you want to receive. And that is what Gemini and Jupiter, once the wisdom starts to make itself clear, 11-1-1 on screen, it will basically show you, this ain't even your desire. You wanted this the whole time, but you held on to that for too long. And it was just an old part of yourself. So you're kind of going through these karmic fires right now. You have a nakshatra in Vedic astrology called Kritika happening right now. And it's about the divine masculine, but it's guided by Jupiter. And so again, these are two fatherly type energies from different perspectives. One wants to go by force and sustainability, and the other one wants to go by philosophy and flow. And it's about combining the two and cutting away the parts that don't align with that. And that will help you actually embrace your true dream, manifesting that vision behind the fear into this reality when you let go.
For you, I have the Six of Cups, which right spot on is about nostalgia and about like literally getting stuck in the past. And for this specific transit, it's being stuck in your old values, in your old vision, your old beliefs. Something that I just said, it is just outdated right nowadays. So what are those things that changed? And does it still apply to October 2021?
For everybody.
For this? So yeah, look back at October 2021 and what were the things that you valued? What were the things that you wanted to do? What were your goals? And understand that it is okay, whatever it was, even if right now you can see it and you can be like, oh my God, that was so harmful. It doesn't matter because it's just a natural part of all of us. Like we all go to this trial and error thing and it is fine. The tricky thing for Taurus is that they're likely to just get stuck just because it's habit. It's right now a comfort zone. It's something that even though they might know or not that it's not beneficial, they're still like, but this is what I'm used to. So
Aries was your 12th house during Taurus. Aries is your 12th house. So everything she's saying, she's right on point. It's just mad irrational.
Yeah.
It's mad irrational. It's so deeply seated in you, okay, and your process and your soul that you believe that something that just wasn't true. And you're coming to terms with that because Gemini allows you to change your mind. Yeah.
Yeah. So
green light?
Yeah, green light. That's the thing.
Taurus, hit that thumbs up and that likes button if you caught this on replay. Even if you're catching it right now, drop a ball down in the chat. Let us know that you're watching on replay, that you were here. I want to say thank y'all. Y'all the real support. Y'all the goats. Okay? Gemini, you the one. You the one. You the one. And you're the main one going through that 7th house, 10th house that we talked about. Gemini, this is a tremendous season for rewards when you transform your enemies, the hate, the envy, the guilt tripping at a mental level, okay, that you are less than and that you need to depend on X, Y, and Z, okay?
This is what I want to hear.
Yeah. If it ain't equal, it ain't it. All right, Gemini, you're the one. You're literally the one. You're the main one going through the rebirth, Gemini. I had a lot of people on the channel that voted for this video to go for this, Gemini. And they were like, yeah, I'm Gemini. I need this one and the Sagittarius full moon. And Gem, this is the kind of thing where do understand that Gemini doesn't really like Jupiter. Okay?
Yeah, it's debilitated.
It is debilitated. So I will more so say this. You, beyond everything, you cannot cheat on your partner. You cannot cheat on your lover. You cannot cheat on a business partner. You cannot cheat. You cannot have infidelity in any of your relationships right now. Okay?
I mean, I feel this is a message for every sign.
Yeah, I mean, sure, but the consequence for you right now is greater than most right now. And understand that's because Jupiter was married, okay? And his wife cheated with Mercury and the moon, okay? It literally cheated. You're technically, the reason why you don't do well here is because you're the bastard son with the moon. And the moon cheated on Jupiter. And so my point is, you're the son who plays trickery, you play games. You cannot cheat right now. If you do, I promise there will be a world of pain. Now, that's on the negative. Now, on the positive, because let's just say that's not you, because I would hope that it's not. I think that it's outdated. Like, if you want to go outside, then you know what? Say that you're done in the relationship. Right. Like, if that's the case, say that. Now, understand that cheating is not as simple as having sex with somebody else, right? This can be in the mind, and this can be about mental betrayals, okay? Meaning you had an expectation, and that expectation didn't come out the way you thought. And so some of these expectations will be about your rewards and about your gains. Jupiter and Gemini is going to give you gains. They're going to give you rewards. They're going to be personal. They're going to be hand-delivered to you from other people that you have supported that you were sensitive for, that you were sensitive and supported them in different ways through their day-to-day, through society, through their mental struggles, through the troubles they have in their career. All the help and support you give, Gemini, to other people in these spaces and areas, it's going to come back tenfold. But release what it looks like. Be open to collect information. Wait till after June 9th. Remember, Jupiter is invisible. And you will have very much clarity. Wait until August 15th to act on it, okay? In a heavy, non-stop onslaught type way. And that transit will support you. You will have the guidance and the ability to act. Gemini, beyond that, it's your personality. It's your identity. You're going through a total and complete expansion process. You might have had a lot of trials and tribulations with your physical body on how do I handle my facial expression? How do I talk to people and not do it to be liked, but also keep and stay real to myself? How do I decide I want to dress in this day and age and actually do my hair in a different way that supports the more eccentric and unique part? Because Gemini, you're one of the most eccentric signs. It's not just Aquarius. It's all air signs. And you're one of them. And that seventh house says, go ahead and do something aesthetically pleasing that matches this new identity. Because right now, you got to let go of the old skin. Okay, you have to change what you think you were, how you thought about yourself through the eyes of other people. And that's the one that can make you vomit if you really let that sit. You can't continue to see yourself through the eyes of other people. Jupiter and Gemini is gonna make sure that you don't anymore and that you go ahead and choose truth. So that's what I have for you, Gemini.
So for you, I have the Eight of Pentacles, which is about hands-on. Like everything that's being stuck on the mind, everything that, all of these trials and tribulations, all of these mind barriers that you had, it's time to let them go and start acting. And understand that, again, this might turn into something that blows up in your face. Likely not, because you already know deep down what you have to do. It's just up to you to do it or not. But it can also be something that just makes you happy, that makes your life better, that improves every area of your life. So it is now time to do. Like whatever it is, just do. Stop thinking. It is not a time to think, especially having your mind in a debilitated planet. You know, it is an invisible planet right now. So just start doing. Whenever you feel like you don't know what to do, the answer is just do. Do whatever it is. You want to change your hair, don't think anymore. Just go to the hairdresser and have it cut. Don't think about the style or how or what am I going to do later. No. This is just a time to go and get that haircut. This is time to go and get the new clothes. This is time to go and get rid of everything old that you don't want anymore. This is the time to start reading that book. It's time to start putting your posts on social media. This is the time to start looking for your clients. This is the time to start.
Facts. I felt that, Gemini. That was a fact. Go ahead.
Yeah, like just do. That is the big message. Just do.
This is the time. Just don't expect external results until September 13th or so.
That's why you don't have to think. The goal right now is not to do this because something else will happen. No, it's just to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Hit the thumbs up and the likes button, Gemini. If you rocked and resonated with that, let us know. If you dropped your rising sign before, I'm sorry, it got lost somewhere in the chat. So drop that again. I appreciate that. So we know where to spend extra time on for those of y'all that are watching down here below. Okay. So now we're moving on to Cancer. Yeah. Gemini, if you made it to the end, I want you to drop the fire with the wind leaf. The leaf that's going in the wind, Gemini. Drop the fire and the wind leaf, letting me know you're ready to do what you're thinking. You're ready to think, do, and move all at the same time. And you'll get the results later. Let us know. Thank you. I appreciate you. Okay, Pisces rising. What up, gang? I see you. All right, so what's going on? Cancer, 12th house. Darkness, okay? Cancer, I got to be real with you up front. This is a year. Okay, this is a year. It's a long time to be in the 12th house. So understand that I was just here. I was just 12th house for a long time while Jupiter was in Taurus, right? I'm in Aries. So I had a stellium, all 12th house. And Cancer, I would say that it'll be easier for you than it was for us as Aries, right? Because you naturally are a private person. So you can hide in the 12th house. that's the first thing that's really important. So part of the wisdom here is the fact that you can hide in the 12th house. Now, what are you going to be incubating? And that's the question. That's the theory. Now, although you can hide in the 12th house, you're going to need to do things. Like, you're going to need to move. You especially your mind. Like, your mind is going to do a lot of moving between imagination and reality. And it's going to likely be a time when you can easily get lost in that process. And it's not happening just to go back and forth and do nothing. It's happening so that you can start to actually get rid of parts of what you may have thought you deserved as for appreciation, and parts of the role that masculine figures have played in your life on your sensitivities. Okay? And so if you're a woman, I feel like right now, who has chosen a divine masculine path, or I don't even want to say divine masculine, I want to say a toxic masculine path more so. If you're somebody that has chosen that toxic masculine path and decided I got to go to work and I have to do this and I have to do this and I should do this and all these I need tos, I shoulds, I have to, these things are getting ready to meet a more peaceful resolution for you, Cancer. You're in the process of actually getting rid of certain dreams that you're going to realize were never a part of yours. You got somewhere stuck in a masculine narrative, and it's time for the feminine to step back through. And this is not a shine light type season, okay? I'm just going to be honest, and it's a long time. Like, there's going to be a lot of isolation for you. And I think what's most important for you, Cancer, is you got to be careful of how much isolation, because Jupiter is still in Gemini. And this is still, even though these are the transits you're going through, Gemini is an externalized sign who can be internal. Okay, it has a 50-50 energy. And you have to understand, this is about what wolf do you feed? Do you feed the shadow wolf? Do you feed the light wolf? And how often do you feed the shadow? How often do you feed the light? My personal recommendation, try to keep it exactly like Gemini would do, 50-50. AKA, when a dream or a nightmare comes to your awareness, decide, is this useful or not? When a beautiful blessing comes to you, decide, is this a beautiful nightmare or a blessing? And is it worth my time to go deeper and dive into a more intuitive understanding to create a philosophy out of this? Or is it junk and I don't need it? You're going to need to do this a lot. Now, the key thing with Jupiter and Gemini, Jupiter is a spiritual practice energy, and Gemini is one who is the student. So my point here is, be the student of the spiritual wisdom being given to you during this time. This may be something where you need to do a heightened level of meditation. Like, you need to go higher, go and advance further, farther. And 12th house is also, understand, a very deep self-examination house where answers and resolutions are found deep within. Now, understand how you're going to best find it deep within is to actually allow yourself to engage a little bit with society on those times when you're not only on the internal. So through the engagement with society, they will show you a reflection. See that thumbs up? They will show you a reflection of what to self-examine next. Otherwise, if you only stay in self-examination, you're going to be tremendously depressed. Okay, you're going to get too deep into the dark, and it's going to be very hard to dig yourself out of what could be considered hell. So, what wolf do you feed, Cancer? All right. If you enjoyed that, drop the thumbs up and listen to your tarot.
So your tarot is the Two of Swords, which is about precisely getting this balance between real life and meditation. This is a time that it is calling you to, in some ways, just shut down the outside so you can better listen to yourself, to understand that whatever is happening outside is not a reflection of exactly how you feel the things are happening. It is to understand that there's rooted reasons for everything that is going on around you. And it's not precisely because, oh, life hates me, or I don't know, if you have a problem with some person, it's because, oh yeah, this person just doesn't want to have me in their life anymore, or I'm annoying, and just making this judgments about yourself. It is to actually understand the root of what's happening. Why am I feeling like this? And this is where the meditation actually comes in. And this is, I feel, where the balance between going to the world and staying in your own internal world goes on. Because it is like, okay, I have these external things that are happening. So now I come inside and I validate, like, okay, what is going on? I feel like this. There's no doubt that I feel like this. But why do I feel like this? It's obviously like I'm not having all of these fights because I actually just hate that the dishes are dirty. It is because I feel like I have expressed so many times that I hate that the dishes are dirty, and still I keep seeing my roommate leaving the dirty dishes there. So it is a lack of boundaries, a lack of limits, and what can I do? And this is just like a very light example, but apply it in your life where, again, where are these chaos? Where are these things that are surprising you? Where are these parts where you feel like you're having the most blocks? And understand that they're here to show us something. So again, just look at that, go to your safe place, and start meditating on why are they happening and what is the deep root. Not only what you see, but what you cannot see, if that makes any sense.
1000%. 1000%. Nah, I enjoyed that. Cancer, if you made it to the end of this and you're watching this replay, drop the crap down in the chat below. Help support the channel. Get those comments in there. Let YouTube know that this is the channel that they want to be a part of and promote and expand. All right? I appreciate y'all. I also want to say what up, Shanikia. I hope I pronounced that properly. All right. I saw you recently in the, at one of the comments. So welcome to this is one of the first lives. I've never seen you prior. This is exciting. Leo.
Yeah, I'm too. I'm Gemini rising too.
Oh, yeah? Oh. Yeah, so I don't know if you called it Gemini rising. It happened right before Cancer, but it will be in the timestamp.
And it was a good message.
It was a good message. I think it was potent. Okay, here we go. So, Leo. Oh, yeah, she's the one that watched the Gemini rising video. We just did a Gemini rising and sex video for your dating and sex life. Okay, cool. Leo. My bad. It's like it's my time. It's my time.
Yeah, okay. You're getting that, Leo.
I know, right? Leo. Yo, be generous, man. Be generous. Why? Because life's getting ready to be real generous with you. Okay, one whole year in your 11th house. Ooh. Okay, these are your benefactors coming through and looking to support a very large, long-term vision. Something with tremendous success is in the process of being yours. Expect a lot of new relationships, Gemini. Expect a completely brand new career that's probably something of your dream, something that you never can even fathom prior. Okay. Understand that Jupiter is ruling your 5th house of channel energy, okay, solar power and risk that are necessary to go ahead and be disciplined with this grand success and dream. And that's going to be something that's going to be very important for you. In order to be disciplined with this grand success and dream, you have to get very much in tune with your fears and start really doing some psychological research on those fears so that you can actually disable them that are stopping you from going bigger, better, wider, grander, more grandiose, more powerful, more impactful. This is a very powerful, potent time frame for you. Jupiter in Gemini is pretty much advising you in this time frame to collect more information about this dream that is going to require some mental resources, just the research. Literally, I'm getting a lot of research. It's going to require research, and it's going to require you to actually go ahead and talk with your angelic guides, talk with your support, and channel their message, okay? This is the kind of thing where this dream that's being given to you is exactly that. It's being given to you, Leo. Meaning, this is not the time to go after what you think you want. It's a time to channel what God is telling you to accept. And it's going to be a role. It's likely going to be a role that changes from the people in your environment. You know, you might, I don't know if that's true. I was going to say you might lose some brothers or some brother figures, people you may consider a brother. I don't know if it has to be that, if I'm being honest. I just think that the relationship might change. I don't think you're necessarily going to lose them. I think they might change. And then I think you'll do a reassessment of, okay, now that this has changed, is this something that actually makes me feel appreciated and supported? Is this something that I actually want to transform into a more powerful connection and relationship? Or is it something that I want to die off and decay? And I think that's what it was really about. It's going to be a choice, though. And you might not have that clarity on that choice until September 15th or so when that conjunction happens, August 15th when that conjunction happens between Jupiter and Mars, that brotherly love transit that we talked about. So Leo, ultimately, I feel as long as you listen, you'll be satisfied. You'll be like, yes, I'm glad I listened. I never could have thought about this. God, thank you for giving me this vision. Thank you for giving me this vision. Thank you for giving me this vision. This is a gratitude transit for you, Leo, because you're being blessed. Light is shining on you. The key thing is you're going to have to really address and do that research on where does your ego and your pride stop you from accepting so much greatness. If you made it here, drop the Leo and the Lion, letting you know that you're great, that you're from Wakanda, baby, or at least bare minimum, you Wakanda. That you're at least respected. Okay, what you got for us?
So I have the Devil. I thought it was very interesting until I understood the actual message, which is about like this is not temperance, right? It's not like about pacing yourself. It is the contrary. It's understanding that all of the gains that you're gonna get now are gonna be material. So it is going to be something that you can actually touch. It is tangible. It is not a change of mind. It is not a change of feelings. It is not a change of beliefs. It is something that you can actually touch and that you can make sure that it's here. So yeah, it can translate into money. It can translate into property. It can translate into an actual tangible relationship.
Something you inherit. Something you just inherit from somebody else. That's that 8th house element. It's going to be a blessing. But go ahead.
Yeah. And it's going to be like a tangible blessing. So I feel like here, the only thing that to make sure is how do you put that to use in order for it to still be aligned? So if you're getting a lot of money, it's like, okay, what am I going to use this money for?
Right.
Like here is where the actual mind, peace,
11th house
coming. Yeah, like make sure that it is something that you actually want and not something that you feel like you should do. Like not because all of your brothers are like, oh, you should invest here. It's like,
right.
You should invest there if you know that you want actually something different.
Mm-hmm.
So just be true to yourself and understand that you can do whatever you please with the things that are coming, with all of these tangible rewards that you're getting. And just be mindful to use it as you wish and not as others tell you to do.
Facts. Yeah, Leo. Yeah, just think about other people and how you're going to support them, and you're going to best use that resource. So we got Virgo. Let me know what up. And again, Leo, if you made it to the end of this, drop that line, letting us know Wakanda that you're the king of the jungle, and you're ready to be generous with this offering that you're having. Okay. I always want to clap. I just be wanting to clap. Did I clap for Virgo before?
I think so.
Or was it somebody else?
If it isn't Virgo, it's Leo, Virgo, or Libra.
I think I clapped for Leo last time. I think Libra. No, last time Libra got hit. Okay, Virgo. I'm happy for you, Virgo. I don't even know why yet, but you're going through a 10th house, okay? On my Virgo risings, this is your 10th house transit. Thank y'all for hitting that thumbs up and that likes button, Virgo. I do appreciate y'all for checking this on timestamp. Okay, 4th house, 7th house. That thing feel good, huh?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, it's getting hot in Mexico.
Yeah, I'm like a baby. I feel hungry. I feel hot. I feel thirsty.
Okay, Virgo.
Oh, thank you.
10th house, the house of maturation. Okay. An expansion in your image. The warning with this, Virgo, don't let that become you becoming unhealthily overweight. That's something that if your career is being asked to expand and change and shift, but you deny that and you refuse, you could find a lot of times your physical body will begin to explode or implode. It'll kind of blow up. You might gain weight. So anytime a Jupiter transit happens, it can easily be about gaining weight when you don't embrace the spiritual wisdom. Okay, so the spiritual wisdom is telling you, boom, don't go this direction, take the career outlet and actually change how you show yourself to the world and give them a vision that is more integrity based and authentic to who you are, who you're becoming. And you don't do it, then it can hit your body. But let's say you do it, well, guess what? It's going to make you the best at something. Okay, so if you're an artist, all right, if you are a musician, if you are a shaman, if you are a singer, right? Whatever you are, if you're following the wisdom of doing the authentic thing to yourself, the beauty of this is you will have all the information necessary. You will collect all the ideas. You will get all the messages from source, from spirit. And more importantly, this is something where you might have to actually change your mind based off of what your ancestry did to kind of support and protect you. But there's a point now where they may have supported and protected you, and help prepare you for this maturation of abundance. But now at a certain point, Gemini and Jupiter is like, you still got to like allow yourself to change your mind and not fall too deep into what this societal expectation of your family line and their social values are about. This is a divine justice transit for you, Virgo. Like, you're literally going through divine justice, meaning, you know, don't be afraid when things change, okay? Things are going to change for you because you're already a mutable sign. Jupiter is mutable as a planet and changeable, and as well as who? Gemini, Jupiter and Gemini. So a lot of this is a lot of change. And just understand and remember, Virgo, that without chaos, you don't know what to do. You work best in chaos. When you have too much free time and not enough chaos, that's when you have a nervous system breakdown. When you have chaos and you actually organize it, okay, through the routines and through scheduling, Jupiter and Gemini is going to expand your schedule. It's going to give you a lot of work. It's going to give you a lot of success that's going to require more management. And that is a powerful, potent thing for you, Virgo, because chaos is your domain. You can take the divine and bring it order, but it requires you to participate in life and in the process of your career and the advancements and the shifts and the changes that are happening in that image, okay, of who you want to be. So this is an advanced period in transition and time for you. And I swear, like, it's just it doesn't have to be women, it doesn't have to be men, but it's somebody, it's one of them in your ancestry. They don't want you to walk the same path. They're saying very clearly that we did what we did so you could be better than us, so you can advance the ancestry. Not that you can become a slave to what we were slave to. All right.
So I see these Sasha being asked to leave my art for a while and venture into teaching and sharing my wisdom. I feel like this is something super, super powerful. And I don't know, maybe like an overall transit, or we share something, because I mean, I haven't feel like I've been asked to leave my art, but I have been going into teaching, and I wasn't even like actively looking for it. He was like some friend that I work with, and she's like, okay, I'm giving some classes. So, but in this academy, I cannot go certain days. So can you step in for me? And then I realized, like, damn, I really enjoy teaching. Like, he at first he was just like, okay, it's just like another gig, it's a side hustle.
And a little intimidating.
Yeah, and like, but at the end of the day, I saw my students and how they've been asking for me to come back, and it's like super heartwarming. So I hope that the same thing happens with you. I feel like if we're being asked to step into these platforms to teach and to share whatever we have to share, it is because it is something powerful that we have and that is meant for the world to have. So congratulations on that.
1,000%. Was that the card, or that was just for her?
No, that was just for her.
Okay.
But for Leo, I have
Virgo.
I'm sorry.
Virgo.
So for Virgo, we have the Star, which is actually the Aquarius card in Tarot, and it is about giving hope to others. And I feel that it is connected with this whole teaching space, because it is about sharing the hope that we already have. It is about sharing this vision with others and helping them to reach this state of everything is gonna be okay. Is like, this is just the result. It doesn't matter the how, it doesn't matter when, but the actual final result is something good. It's something that is beneficial, and it's something that you should look forward to. Like, when everything is dark, just focus on the light. Don't focus on the darkness. Focus on the actual beam of light that is right in front of you, and everything else is just gonna fall into place.
Facts. Yeah. I'm happy for you, Virgo. Full circle, and understand, Sasha, that the art may come back and you may teach exactly that. Sometimes, especially because Neptune is in play and is in opposition to Virgo, is just gonna throw a little confusing wrench in the play, and that confusion is to take you off guard and off the path that you think was designed for you, so that you can get on path, so that you actually can take a couple detours and respect the journey. And that's what Gemini I mean, that's what Jupiter is about. Jupiter is about the journey. It's never about the destination. And so Gemini can be a little goal orientated with, okay, this is where we need to go. This is what we need to happen, yada, yada, yada. But Gemini is also about, you're going to expand that career, Virgo, by collecting new tools, new skills, and having practice in different areas of life that seemingly do not connect. But one day, your authentic career and legacy will be born.
That was so powerful.
Born. Yes. 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 All right, here we go. So Libra, what up, girl? I feel like you're a girl today. Let's go shopping. Maybe it's time to go shopping.
Yeah, deep transformation going.
Unless you're doing too much and you know it in your heart, and maybe it's time to stop shopping.
Yeah, that was
maybe it's asking you to drop the shop. All right, so Libra, that just seems like a separate channel message from the transit itself. But here's what we got for you in the ninth house. Gemini is naturally trine in your energy, so check your degrees, and whatever your degrees are, go to an astrology calculator and match up when all the Jupiter and Gemini transits match. Jupiter in Gemini, Mars in Gemini, Venus in Gemini, match up when they're going to match your degrees in Libra. And understand that during those times, you'll have a lot of ease and things will start to make sense and things will start to move forward, okay? Now, in order for things to move forward, Jupiter in Gemini is asking you to go ahead and isolate a little bit so that you can get in tune with your own philosophy and get in tune. Yeah, let me get a little bit. I need a little sugar.
Of course.
Bruh, sugar levels is low. This heat is killing us, yo. Mexico has been like 100 degrees every day lately. It's getting like, ugh.
Yeah, today we're going to reach 102.
102? Stop looking at the heat, yo. Stop telling me. Just let me be hot. Let me be hot. All right, Libra. Brain fried.
We keep going to Leo.
Brain is fried. Because Leo be like, give me more. Okay, here we go. So Libra, take the time to dip into your philosophies. Take the time, one moment. Take the time to dip into your philosophy. Have a deeper understanding through meditation right now and through some sort of spiritual movement, okay? Gemini is a sign that needs to move. It has a very active mind. Now, Libra, you're another air sign. Your mind is active for what everybody else is thinking. And so in order for you to discern and create very clear, intuitive judgments about what other people are thinking, about what you are thinking, you got to step away. Get rid of some of other people's thoughts. Stop trying to balance out everybody's desires, everybody's wants, everybody's needs, and just get in tune with what is Spirit telling you that you need for yourself. Okay, because Gemini is also what I think, and it's about I think, not what everybody else thinks. But sometimes what I think is what everybody else thinks, because Gemini is represented by society. So Jupiter is the energy that says separate your mind from society right now, and you'll find a lot of peace and the information that you collect from source, and also the information that you get rid of in your belly. I'm getting that there are worries and anxieties in your belly. And Libra, you store fear in your kidneys. So drink a lot more water and meditate by water. Meditate by a waterfall, by a pond, by a lake. If you don't have that, buy a diffuser to hear the mist coming. If you don't have that, meditate. I don't want to say run water because that seems like such a waste. I was going to say just meditate and run water, but that seems like a waste. But you can do
Maybe you collect water.
Yeah, maybe you can collect the water and reuse it and put it back in your plants. And that's what Jupiter is advising you right now in that 6th house, Libra. So maybe you are doing your meditation and you're running water very soft and slowly in a bucket where you can hear the water and you create your own system. But then the wisdom is use that water to water the plants. If you don't have plants, go ahead and put it on the grass, okay? And give it back to Mother Earth, give it back to nature while your feet are there, and bury your feet in the dirt. Like that card has said when it comes to transferring the negative thoughts and emotions, okay, that are not yours back into the earth. Look, you see, he's buried. So that's what I have for you, Libra. I think you're going to be good.
I don't know.
You're going to be good after these next steps.
Yeah, no, you're definitely going to be good. For you, I have the 6 of Swords, which is about a mental trip that you have to make. That so
Yep.
it's something that is gonna be painful. Like you
Yep.
are gonna be struggling a little bit, but it's something necessary just to go to the next stage. So here's the thing: wherever you're feeling the pain, that is the actual part that you need to go to. And I feel that it's so easy, Libra being an air sign, to just turn it up and like go to TikTok and waste hours there rather than address the real problem, or just go out with friends that don't necessarily listen to you, just like to party and to drink and to dance. So you can emotionally numb yourself.
They don't even listen to you. They don't care.
So savage. I felt so mad.
Nah, but it just hit me really hard. Like, they don't care about you. They care that you care about them. They care that you support them. Okay, Libra?
Yeah, so wake up. Like, these are the hard things that you maybe didn't want to hear, and that's why you've been doing everything else. So this is exactly the things that we need you to focus on. So these retrogrades don't hit you, because it is gonna happen. Like
October 9th, retrograde hits you.
When everything comes back, it's gonna come back to this exact moment, and whatever lesson you didn't learn right now is just gonna hit you harder and harder and harder. Mm-hmm. So do it right now while it is hard, but not the hardest.
Right. Facts. So it don't pile up on you. All right, Scorp. I know.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. It's just one of those days. It's one of those days.
It is one of those days.
I seen it from the beginning.
Sorry.
I woke up and it was like this. I was like, I'm gonna conquer the day. So y'all best to realize. All right, thank you all, Libra, for hitting that thumbs up and that likes button. All right, drop the scale. Let us know that you're gonna balance out your relationships if you made it to the end of that. I love you, Scorpio. You in your own house? For a year, man. I'm over here like for a whole year. Honestly, at first I was like for a year, but then I immediately got, this is a good thing. This is a vibe. This is gonna be powerful. This is gonna be potent. Scorpio, you're gonna have a lot of lessons and inheritance. Okay, you have energetic inheritances that are coming up, Scorpio, and the key thing is you have to be ready and open to receive, but you have to also be ready to let go. So something that you were once and previously attached to, that you even were intimately in love with, intimately connected to, okay? It doesn't have to be a real lover or a person. It could be an item, okay? It could literally be an item. It could be a thing. It could also be a person, yes. But it could be even to a style of research, a style of presenting yourself, or a style of the way in which you hit yourself, okay? Your true self. So Scorpio, there's levels to this. You got to apply it to yourself. But what I'm hearing is there is some family, ancestral type inheritance that's coming your way. And understand that this might be an ability. This might be a talent. This might be a skill that a dead relative has had. Somebody in your ancestral line is going to gift you an energetic inheritance where it might not just simply flat out be money or property, but that is very possible, okay, to be flat out money or property. This is a very big financial gaining transfer for you, but what's going to happen, you're going to have to let go of a lot more than you're ready to and than you want to in order to accept tenfold abundance of what you actually released. And so it looks like you're losing a lot right now. Don't let that become a fear that debilitates you, okay? Scorpio, what's most important for you right now is to see that as a necessary evil, which is really a necessary blessing in disguise. And this blessing, it is hidden, okay? And it is coming in the way of tapping into the thought body, okay, to the mental body. I feel you're going to have to see right now beyond all physical boundaries and barriers in order to understand what this inheritance is about. You're being asked to receive, and you've been asking, and it's in front of you. It's here. It's now. It's now time to actually feel like you deserve and put more energy on, I deserve this. I need to make sure I know I feel like I deserve this. I need to put my, yeah. So like, what I'm feeling is allow yourself to feel the emotion, Scorpio, in your physical body of what it feels like to inherit that talent from that ancestor, from that dead relative, from a millennia ago. You know, they may be somebody that just dressed well, taking that ability and start dressing better. They might be somebody who did understand a lot of information about real estate. Take that. Take their blessings. They may be dead, but they're giving you that. And what you want to do with situations like this, you want to embrace the loss. And what the loss may look like could be as simple as dropping flowers on their graveyard, right? You have a grandma, you haven't visited her well, go drop flowers on her gravesite. You don't have access to the gravesite of your great-great-grandpa, go ahead, maybe there's a picture, and offer some food on your altar. You see the second house, offer some food. Jupiter is saying, like, offer, 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 offer. Offer your love, offer your affection, offer. I like the food on the altar because that doesn't have to be so specific to which ancestor, rather than giving it to them all. And then allow yourself to take more time and energy to feel beyond the fear, and you will get a major inheritance. Just don't attach to what it looks like.
So, for you, Scorpio, I have the Chariot in reverse. And it is about, yes, it is coming. Yes, the victory is near. Here. Yes, the rewards are near. But something has to happen. And I feel that it comes like right into this of what has to happen in order for the rewards to come, for the benefits, for the victory. And it can be as simple as tuning in with your receiving muscle. Like maybe you don't feel like you deserve whatever you're going to get. It can be, just guilt that you're getting something and everybody else isn't. And it is just understanding what is a blockage. And again, understand that with this Jupiter and Gemini, where are the flux? Where are the surprises? Where are the shocking events? Where is the chaos that has been happening to you? And that is going to show you what is it that you need to work on in order for you to receive these rewards. Because again, they are coming to you, but understand that they might come faster, they might come more plentiful if you master whatever it is that is stopping you from getting it.
Yeah, and it's going to come like lightning. It's going to come like lightning. But when you do that step that she spoke of, Scorpio. All right. Let's get some Sag. Thank you.
Saggy.
All right, Sag. Scorpio, if you made it to the end of that, drop down a star. I want you to drop a bright-ass star, okay? And you can even drop a card letting you know I'm ready for that chariot to go forward, baby girl. All right. Can I get some water, please?
Yes.
These pineapples do make me. Okay, Sag. 7th house. This is your opposite sign, right? This is your enemy sign. 7th house is the house of open enemy. So do understand that. See that up front. But it also rules your 1st and your 4th house. So, you know, there will definitely be some need to do some reflection for yourself. There will definitely be, during this time of reflection, okay, that your planet naturally acts for. We're dying.
Live. This is what life has been like.
Yeah, we're almost there. I tell you, we're almost there. And so, Sagittarius, Jupiter is your ruling planet. And the key is, like, when you see all these distractions that's happening, like right now, like pretty much this whole entire day, this whole week, it's about discerning beyond the logic and also with the combination of logic. Okay? So I find that if though there's an enemy sign, you're going to learn about your shadow self in this transit. You're going to learn about the parts of your personality that you forsake, that you treat as less than. This is a time to really check in with the more egocentric parts of your nature, Sagittarius, and actually make sure that you feel what you're feeling so that you can be empathetic with the other people across from you and understand that, well, what they're feeling also matters, okay? And let logic guide some of your magic, some of your intuition, because you're naturally a blast off type energy. You feel like you're so far. You're like a natural blast off energy, okay? But right now, what you're going to realize, to blast off, you need other people, okay? And this is interesting because Sagittarius, by default, as an energy, you literally don't need other people, right? But just because you don't need other people doesn't mean it's going to be beneficial during this transition to forsake other people. And so there's something that is very valuable in the lessons of the shadows that Gemini is here to teach you. Okay. Understand that this is what makes you your own open enemy. And again, like the twins, you opposite of it. In order for you to ascend right now, out of whatever gloominess you may face, which I don't feel like you're facing a tremendous amount of gloominess, if I'm being honest. I feel that you're always rising out of hell. And so there's always that factor, but that's just innate. Like, that's a part of your design. That's not good or bad. It's a part of what makes you so beautiful and so optimistic, because you've seen the depths of ugliness. And so this is just the next step and stage of ugliness in this way where, you know, it's going to be there for a whole year. Just expect a lot of shadow behaviors, a lot of shadow projections, and allow yourself to patience through your meditations. Okay?
So for you, Sagittarius, I have the Page of Swords, which I feel that is like the opposite of our Gemini. Like, Gemini was like, do, don't think, stop thinking. And for you, Sag, I feel like it's the opposite in the way where maybe just put a little bit, like a second or two of thought to what you're saying, why you're saying it. Is it really necessary? Does the other person has to know it? Like, follow the I don't know if it's 5 seconds or 10 seconds rule. And it's like, if a person can change something in 5 seconds, then you can say it. If not, not. Which means, like, if you're talking to somebody and you see that they have something stuck in your teeth, maybe that is something that you can say. But if you notice that they gain like 20 pounds, they cannot do that in 5 seconds or less. So why make them feel bad? It's just like getting attuned into yourself, and like, is it really worth it to say, like, would it really benefit our relationship? Because again, you're transiting your 7th house, so it is most likely to like business partners or this kind of connections where it matters, how you act and what you say in a different level. Yeah. So this is why the Page of Swords is like just getting a little bit of understanding of why you're saying the things you're saying, why you're doing the things you're doing, and specifically how it affects your inner circle. Yeah, because Gemini and Jupiter will show you some projections that they're not going to make you very happy, okay? But they are coming from your own mental output. And so that's important to understand, so you don't really mix it up. So drop the arrow and the bow. Let us know you're going to shoot and you're going to aim higher, and you're going to be the wise one that you are. And remember, until June 9th, it's invisible. So you, in a sense, are invisible. This is the time you take your time to wait. Okay, wait. Don't move so fast right now. All right, Cat. Yep. She got a donk. Okay, so Capricorn, you are the sign that naturally quincunxes Gemini. And so it's important to know that. But Capricorn, I think that overall you're happy right here because this is the 6th house, okay? Let's be honest, you're a workhorse. You like to work. It brings you joy, knowing that you're going somewhere, knowing that you're going further. And Jupiter's ruling your 12th house. And what's nice about this, Jupiter experiences joy in the 12th house because Jupiter is more spiritual by default, okay? It prefers spirit over any and everything else. So my point is, enjoy this time, Capricorn, for this next year to work on yourself. Expand your body of knowledge. Expand your intellect. And do that by organizing all the chaos in your life, all the chaos within your family dynamic. Okay? I feel like right now there's chaos in your family. There's chaos in your mind because you support a lot of people. Jupiter and Gemini is actually going to help you right now to just gain more skills that indirectly will help you get rid of the things that are useless, okay? And there's also that isolation element and factor of Jupiter in your 12th house. And that isolation factor will help you understand what thoughts are very unique to yourself and what thoughts help you become more eccentric in the ways in which you reorganize your own escape from the matrix.
You want to escape from the family and the pressures that they place on you. Okay, and how you deal with your day-to-day task. Right now, Jupiter and Gemini is going to help you literally gain more skills so that you can handle the chaos in your life more effectively and, more importantly, efficiently. And Capricorn, that's something that's very interesting to you, to become more efficient. And what this is going to allow you is to spend more time alone and in self-examination. And you see the thumbs up. Cap, I feel like this is the simplest message. I don't need to go much further.
Yeah, for you, I have the High Priestess, and it is about occult knowledge. So it is literally something that is unknown to you, whatever it is. It does speak a little bit of something spiritual, like maybe include in your routine some step that allows you some kind of connection. And this can be anything from meditation, pull up oracle cards, a little prayer, just a little time to connect, like maybe just light an incense or light a candle with this intention. Excuse me. And
Yo, that pineapple, that pineapple be.
No, I'm kidding. But yeah, just allow this kind of connection, and this is gonna help you, guide you through whatever knowledge or how do you say abilities it is that you're gonna gain in order to step into the next part of your journey. And that's it.
Yeah. Okay.
Next we do have. Oh, or you wanna have a little less?
Nah, I just want to have you, Capricorn, drop the GOAT, letting us know that you're here, letting us know you watch this on replay, and then you love us, and then you want to support the channel. That's all. That ain't too much to ask. All right, here we go. Aquarius, you're going through the 5th house, okay? This is another one kind of like Libra in a way. You are hitting the trine energy and aspect, so check your degrees. And watch and follow Jupiter and Gemini. And as those degrees match up with the degrees you have in your actual natal chart, you're going to become very wise. You're going to be actually working in some specialized field. You're going to be practicing a variety of skills and you're going to be taking a variety of different risks. All right. Especially if you're an entrepreneur, the 5th house is an entrepreneurial house. You're going to be taking new risk, Aquarius. And what's beautiful about this is, you're not going to become the best at what you do yet, but you're experimenting on what is that thing. And so you're getting closer to it. And just keep that word in mind for the next year while Jupiter's in Gemini. Experimentation. 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 And as you experiment, what you're going to realize, you're going to get a lot of channel message about how to sustain your long-term projects, how to sustain the connection with yourself in a very potent way that you can actually disseminate the information to your benefactors, to your sponsors, to your supporters. You're going to have a lot of supporters. I see your social medias having a tremendous boost this year, Aquarius. The key is, are you doing what is true and you have a lot of admiration for in your own heart? If you're doing something very true, very authentic, you're not doing it because you think it looks cool. You're not doing it because other people think that is what you should do or that it'll be a great path for you. You're doing it because it literally makes your heart happy and explode with joy. If you're doing this, Aquarius, you're going to find your benefactors are going to just pour into you. You're going to find that your money is going to expand this year like it never has before. And this is going to help you to support humanity, but more importantly, to support your literal self and your separation from your family and the support that your family gives. So if your family in any way, shape, or form is supporting you, this is the next year where do check and understand there's a retrograde. Do understand that until June 9th is invisible. Do understand that for September 15th, you're not going to see the external output and rewards to everything we're saying right now. But a whole year, and a year from now, 2025, next May, you're going to be like, God damn, I'm glad I listened to that guy tell me to follow my heart. Because doing this and staying disciplined, and that's going to be the key thing. What you're going to really, I don't think discipline is hard for you, Aquarius. That's not, I feel that, when you mastermind something and once you get yourself in the rhythm of the cycle, then it's very easy for you. And that's a once you get in that cycle. When you don't get in that cycle, then it's a very different story. Now you get caught and you're going to get lost in the fantasy, because the fifth house can be what you have fantasies about, but you're not willing to discipline yourself on. This is a self-disciplining energy. So meaning, understand, your benefactors are not going to tell you what to do to keep them happy, to actually pour into you and sponsor you. They're not going to tell you that. They're going to want to see that you can do that on your own, because they're like, why would I pour my abundance into you if you can't sustain your own well-being? And so understand that with that second house right there, especially coming off of the Jupiter's wisdom in Taurus, Jupiter has been advising you where? On your food choices. They've been advising you in Taurus. So Gemini is now more action-based for you on your ideas. Now it's time to organize your concepts. It's time to mastermind, do your meal prep with other areas in your life as well. Okay, so it's not just about food, but meal prep with the areas of your entrepreneurial careers and endeavors. Meal prep with the variety of new skills that you have. Meal prep when it comes to your vision board, and write those ideas and those concepts, that mastermind plan down. This is a specialized learning transit for you. Aquarius, I'm actually tremendously happy for you. This is gonna pour so much abundance into you. So, I just really want to say, like, self-discipline is going to be the most critical element for you not to fall victim to the fantasy of it all. Because you're going to see the vision, but the fantasy is going to be very strong. It's part of what's powering the vision. But don't let the fantasy take your money away, take your abundance, take your benefactors, take your support.
So I feel like it's actually said everything. I just want to add, I have for you the 10 of Wands, which is about caring too much. So just be wary of that. Like, and I feel that this goes back to doing what you want to do, what you know that is going to benefit you, like doing the meal prep versus like getting last minute. And this comes up because I recently just realized that when I was doing my meal prep, because I was trying out this diet to see what was I allergic or intolerant to, my life was so much easier because I just stressed about food one day, the day that I made the meal prep. But then my whole week, it was easy. It was a no-brainer. I just went to the fridge, opened it, and grabbed whatever Tupperware said breakfast Monday. And that's it. And then lunch Tuesday. And that's it. So I stress just one day a week to make my life so much easier versus having to stress every single meal every single day.
It's a distraction.
Yeah, it is a distraction. So this is why I feel that meal prepping your business, meal prepping, what else did you say?
Your life.
Yeah, use other areas of your life. Then
a variety.
Yeah.
Meal prep your fun. Meal prep your dating life, right? Like set schedules out, because this Gemini is expanding your scheduling system, right? Schedule your dating. Okay, twice a month I'm going to the movies. Every Tuesday I go to the park, right? Like meal prep your friendships, right? Okay, boom. Friday is for friends. I'm not working on Friday. Friday I'm just going out with my friends, just having social endeavors. I'm going to the bazaar. I'm going to the market. I'm going to the whatever. We're going to church together. Whatever the hell it is for you. Okay, I doubt it if you're an Aquarius. But go ahead.
Yeah, maybe their whole family are shamans, and that's why they feel called to go to the church.
Yeah, right.
No, I'm kidding. But what is real here is just whatever brings you stress, whatever you feel the most chaos you have right now. This is the area that you want to meal prep in a way. Yeah. So, and this is just to make sure that you don't carry too much.
So Aqua, if you're ready to make this lightning change, drop the lightning bolt, let us know that you made it to the end of this. You watched this on replay and you enjoyed it, Aquarius. Thank you for hitting that thumbs up and that likes button. We love you and appreciate you. I really have for your report. Pisces. Okay, next year. I feel like for you, Pisces, it matters what kind of Pisces are you. Because this can be very easy. It can seem very difficult. But let's be honest, fourth house is the house of retreat. And Pisces, you'd love to retreat. But understand that this is a year-long retreat. So it has that same energy that all the water signs have had, because you are in the water houses for the next year. But mostly what I had gave to Cancer. You can check that out if you want to see what I'm talking about in the timestamps. But Pisces, you in the fourth house. This is the house of meditation. Let's be real. It's the house of meditation. It's the house of incubation. Okay? And so it's literally birthing a project. It's birthing a baby, but it's keeping it private. Like right now, it ain't time to show up on the research and the data that you've collected. It's not time to show up on your new skills that you've attained. You've been a student of life lately. You've been a student of either some form of spirituality or a student of something that is going to help enhance the philosophy of how you approach your logical thinking, planning, and analyzation. So this is a potent time for you, Pisces. It's naturally squaring you. Gemini is naturally squaring you, meaning it's going to take you out of your delusions. It's going to take you out of your fantasy. It's also going to rip you out of your excessive withdrawal. But understand that now when you're withdrawing, it's not withdrawing and just disappearing and telling nobody nothing. It's learning how to withdraw and let people know I'm taking a vacation. It's learning how to withdraw and let people know, hey, I'm on a little hiatus. It's withdrawing from your friendships, from your circles, and letting them know, look, I'm going to be back, or I'm just not going to be back. It's just taking your withdrawals, taking your meditation, taking your isolation, your retreat, but informing people so that they're not missing you, so that there's no inconsiderate manipulation just by you didn't think a little bit further than your own imagination and what next unicorn wanted to walk you down the yellow brick road. So this is a time where, I do feel extreme and intense meditation, okay? But the key theme is this is so that you can actually enhance your spiritual awareness in a way where you can speak it back to the people. And so it's one thing to be able to have your imagination and be able to have this elite spiritual understanding of the occult, of the hidden things and elements of life and karma and Akashic records and healing and energetically speaking. And it's another thing to be able to have that, gain those skills, and then share and teach it to other people. So that's why you're being asked, with Jupiter and Gemini, to take your retreat. Other than that, this is likely something that's becoming a career for you. Okay, this is likely something that's going to be a long-term legacy for you. And it's the kind of energy where you really must respect yourself. And if you are somebody who overgives and overloves and overpours into people, then it's likely a time where you need to withdraw to yourself more. If you're somebody who is more isolated and you never show up, you just disappear all the time, then it's probably time to go ahead and show yourself a little bit more. So you got to really play with that balance for yourself. But I do feel that it's a time of quietness. It's a time of stillness, especially in the mind. So that doesn't mean that you're not outside with people. That means that you're outside with people and you're allowing your mind to become still. Okay? You're allowing your philosophies to become still. And this has levels to it. Because even though it will be still, that will inform the change.
So for you, I have the Two of Cups. I just want to take a second to look at these little cute birds in the card. And it is about partnership. It is about love. It is affection. It is about relationships. And I feel that the way that it comes through is like literally accountability. Like all of these changes that are happening are really hard. I'm a Pisces sun, so I do understand how hard sometimes it is to explain to somebody something that you don't even understand. That like sometimes I do feel like I'm just like flying through life, like just like floating through life, just like flowing without even knowing where I'm headed or what I'm doing. So that makes it that more difficult to tell somebody like, hey, I'm floating and I don't know where I'm heading because I don't even know that that's what I'm doing. So this is where the partner and this relationship helps. And from this card, what I can see is that it probably can be a deep relationship that you have, your actual partner, the one that is going to help you to understand these stages. Because sometimes where you're pointed to that, you become aware and you become conscious, and then you can start making those changes. And then you can start saying like, oh, okay, hey, today I'm not feeling like myself, so it's nothing personal. And that way you don't drive the other person crazy thinking like, oh, Tim, did I do something bad? Did I piss her off some way? Like, no, this is just about understanding. It is to have a lot of empathy, which I feel like Pisces naturally has, but it is to put ourselves in the shoes of the other person.
Pisces has a lot of sympathy. They are simultaneous with empathy, yes. But they have just as much, if not sometimes, sympathy. They just feel bad for people. Feeling bad for people isn't empathy. Understand that, Pisces. Like, just because you feel bad for somebody, that's not empathy itself. That's sympathy. Where you sacrifice yourself just because they're in a bad situation, that's martyrdom. Like, that's where that part comes from. So, are you naturally empathetic? You can be when you do that self-examination, when you do that inner reflection, when you meditate. But when you're just feeling for them and you're not feeling for yourself, then you're not being a Pisces, because Pisces is a self-examination energy. I'm done. I just tripped out real quick. My bad. I don't know who that was for, but it's for you.
So try hard for this empathy. Like, I really don't feel like you have to try hard. I just really feel that it's a matter of awareness and consciousness and understanding, like, this part. Like, now that it's been called out, like, you can examine it yourself, like, and recognize, like, oh, that was martyrdom.
Right.
Oh, that was sympathizing.
Right.
And right now, again, this energy is calling us to understand what the other person is feeling outside of ourselves. So it's like, okay, if the other person, if my partner just disappeared for 2 days and I don't know anything about them, then I'm gonna think that they've been, I don't know, kidnapped or something. You know, that something happened to them. And the reality is that no, they were just chilling on themselves and meditating, which is not bad. The bad part is that they weren't in this relationship. Like, that wasn't a true partnership. It is just like two people working in parallel, instead of actually intercrossing and being an active part of each other's life.
Right.
So this is where this partnership, this two cups energy, is going to help you out. You just understand what to do, how to do it with a partner, and they're going to show you, like, again, don't be mad if somebody else, if your partner just points out, like, hey, you're being a martyr. Like, hey, you're doing this. Hey, you're not taking me into account. Hey, you're not meditating. Like, you told me that you were going to meditate every day for 10 minutes, and I noticed that you haven't done it. So use it to your advantage for this transit to make the best of it.
Yeah. One of the things she's talking about the most, Gemini is a logical sign, and Pisces is illogical.
Yeah.
And that's not good or bad for either, right? They just exist. And when she was talking, there's one thing that made the most sense. Pisces, we're not asking you to be in real time. We're asking you to respect and communicate divine time. Where if you're in a flurry of confusion and emotion and you don't know what's going on right now, it's okay to literally say, I don't have answers for you right now. Right now, I'm just confused. That's it. When I gain clarity, like Jupiter and Gemini is trying to teach you, I'll let you know.
And then let them know.
Don't skip that part, because that will then drive the people in your local environment, your immediate environment. It'll drive them crazy. And then you'll find that your career will take a hit as a part of it, with Jupiter in this 10th house rulership. You and how you show up to the world will take a hit, okay, for better or worse. And that's how you're going to start finding yourself in situations where, I don't know why this makes sense, but people are going to want to manipulate your kindness, and they're not going to feel bad because they're going to illogically connect. Well, she didn't care about me, so why should I care about her? And that's why this 4th house is going to help you guide and collect the data, the information, the understanding of your society and the people in your environment as for how do they think different from my illogical process. So if you're down for that, I want you to drop the brain emoji, letting us know you watch this on replay and that this resonates with you, and you're ready to add the logic to the illogical process and realize that when you have left brain come together with right brain, you have a super genius. You have people that can change the world. Yes. Leah Shum. Good to see you. Good to see you up in the chat. We appreciate the union of powers. It inspires those that quantum entangles with this experience. Absolutely. I appreciate that. I appreciate y'all for being here. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up and likes button. I am considering starting to do at least twice a month live readings. Well, go ahead, take a moment to pull up your chart. I'll keep your information private. I'll keep your name private. If you're interested in that, let me know in the chat. It's something I'm considering. Other than that, I have a couple other surprises that I'm going to keep wrapped up for now, and then I'm going to go ahead and let y'all know when the time comes. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up and likes button for being here, for rocking and supporting us for 2 hours. You know, of your time, that's incredible. You didn't have to be here. You didn't have to support, but you did, and I want to share and express my gratitude and thank you for that moment. All right, I'll see y'all soon. I hope you have the best. This transit is 1 year long, baby, so check those major dates. Is there any timestamps? If you didn't catch them, check the major dates, and you'll get understanding. We'll see you soon. Boom.